So, have I mentioned that Witch Hat Atelier is really pretty? Because if I did, I lied. It's gorgeous! But I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's the quick recap and my thoughts so far. Starting out, we're introduced to Coco, a little girl who really wants to learn how to do magic. And she gets her chance when she's sold a magic book by Stranger Danger! Stranger Danger! Why in the Majora's Mask would you accept anything from that guy? Anyway, it's fine. It's totally fine. Hero's journey, anyone? So, yeah. Coco has her inciting incident by doing a Full Metal Alchemist on her mom, and the guy who's going to be her master shows up to wipe her memory. But I guess I'm not the only one who finds her precious, so he agrees to teach her instead. That way, she can figure out what spell did this and eventually save her mom. That's the premise so far, anyway. And like I said, I've been enjoying it a lot. I love all the rules of the magic system they're building, with the ink and the glyphs and all that, but I especially love how the series leans into the artistry of magic. It's doing a lot to showcase the way many of us begin in the world of art. I mean, the book that Coco bought from that laughing salesman understudy was disguised as a coloring book. A lot of us start out with that, or by reading comics and trying to imitate the styles. Maybe we draw illustrations of our favorite movies or cartoons. Whatever, it's a great touch. Of course, in this case, it was corrupted. But the metaphor isn't lost on me either way. The world building is also really interesting, and it's got me thinking about a few things. Like, if we take the art metaphor to its logical conclusion and say that witches are artists, that leads me down a particular rabbit hole. We learn that there are two factions of witches. One faction wants to police magic. The other faction wants magic to be more freely used. It all stems from the old days when magic was commonplace, and that led to open conflict and wars. Wars that nearly destroyed the world. So a lie was conceived that only those born as witches could perform magic. I can't help but wonder if that's actually a metaphor for, like, gatekeeping the art community, or maybe even plain old censorship. I mean, the witches who police magic are pretty militant and pretty strict about enforcement. They even wipe your memory if you discover the truth about magic. Is it an allegory for people trying to dictate what artists are allowed to say and do with their art? Does it possibly have something to say about the responsibility an artist might have to accept when they choose to create something that's meant to be consumed? This could very well be one of those stories where no one is really in the right. I don't know. I'm smart, not psychic. I'm leaving off at episode 7, and by the time you're seeing this, episode 8 is probably already out, and I'll talk about it next time. But for now, it definitely looks like Coco is already in trouble with the Magic Men in Black, which is a shame because I really like Coco. She's creative, and I don't even mean just in the artwork department, or, well, the magic department, I guess. I mean that I really enjoy her creative problem solving, how she's dealt with the dragon in episode 5, and how she got out of that riverbank, stuff like that. Here's hoping everything works out for her. And maybe I'll get to cook that gatekeeping and censorship take a little more as the series goes on. Until next time, I've been Rila. This has been a Bulletin Mini. Don't talk to masked strangers! And stay tuned!